Alright, for this exercise you will need a cleaver, grease pencil and ruler, laser, fiber strippers, Kevlar shears, a fusion splicer, chem wipes, and alcohol. Alright, so the first step we're going to do is we're going to cut the fiber, the piece of cable we have, in half. Alright, so you can use your China marker, grease pencil, and your ruler. You're going to need about 30 millimeters, so just under 3 centimeters of bare fiber on each side. You can go ahead and put your splice sleeve on one side. Alright, so you go ahead and use a chem wipe and isopropyl alcohol. Clean it off. You always do it before you do your cleaving. After you cleave, never use any kind of chemical to clean it. It'll leave a residue on the ends, the end faces where they're going to join together. Alright, so open up the lid of the fusion splicer and get out the guides. You now have a right guide and left guide. Position the fiber in there to where the edge of the tight buffer is at the very tip of the fiber guide. Alright, so go ahead and get the fiber, set it in your guide. Make sure the end of the tight buffer is positioned at the end of the fiber holder. Alright, so go ahead and grab your handy cleaver, lock the blade, set the guide in there, make sure it's all the way forward, and then go ahead and push down the top of it. I set the guide into the fusion splicer using 2 guide pins. Alright, go ahead and close the lid. Verify your fusion splicer is set for the fiber and splice sleeve length that you're using. Alright, so first thing, check your settings at the bottom. It should say multi-mode, 60 millimeters. Okay. Alright, so we are using a 60 millimeter splice sleeve. We are using multi-mode cables, so we know we're set good. So go ahead and follow the buttons on the screen. It should say green button for start. Alright, let's go ahead and hit start. Just going to feed them in, do an arc check, make sure they're clean, checking if they're lined up. If it's good, then it'll just start splicing. Beep indicates that the splice is complete. Go ahead and open the lid. Just make sure your splice is centered in the splice sleeve, and then make sure the splice sleeve is centered in the oven. If not, make sure you hold it tight when we put. I'll give you the instructions how to put it in there. If you don't do it like that, it'll heat uneven. All right. So put the right side in first. Your right, and latch down the holder. You can actually just pull down on the fiber. It'll shut it on its own, and then keep it tight. There you go. Close the lid and go ahead and hit the yellow button to start the oven. Alright, once it beeps, you'll hear, before it beeps, you'll hear a fan turn on. Then once it beeps, we're done. Yeah, it's done. Okay. Alright, careful, it's going to be hot. Okay. Alright, now we can hook the laser up, our visual fault locator up to one side to verify our splice quality. Red dot. Verify light is still flowing through our cable like it was originally, and make sure that we don't have any light escaping through our splice area. We got light coming out the other side. We can visually inspect our splice. No light escaping, so we know our splice is good. That's it. Splicer works good.